There is a profound discovery embedded within the very first verse of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. A hidden name of God so subtle yet so powerful that it reveals his complete essence, woven directly into the fabric of creation itself, a revelation many have overlooked for millennia. This initial declaration, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth," seems simple enough in English, a foundational statement known across cultures. But to truly grasp its depth, we must turn to the original Hebrew text. The words are, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim vet haaretz. Read left to right for translation, but remember Hebrew reads right to left. The revelation we seek rests on a tiny, two-letter word in this sentence, a word that often goes entirely untranslated in our modern Bibles. That word is, et. It's spelled with an Aleph and a Tav. In typical Hebrew grammar, et acts as a direct object marker. It tells us that what comes next is the direct object of the verb. For instance, if you say, I ate the apple, et would appear before apple. It doesn't add meaning to the word itself, it simply points to it. So, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, God created et the heavens and et the earth. It seems redundant, a mere grammatical placeholder that English effectively ignores. But why, in a text where every letter is considered sacred, would such a seemingly insignificant word appear twice in the very first sentence of divine revelation? Ancient scholars and mystics, with their deep reverence for the precision of the Hebrew language, did not dismiss such apparent redundancies lightly. They understood that the Hebrew alphabet itself is not merely a collection of symbols for sounds. Each letter carries philosophical, spiritual, and numerical significance. The very first letter, Aleph, is seen as representing God, unity, and strength. The last letter, Tav, can symbolize truth, completion, or a mark. What happens when these two foundational letters are brought together? Consider the Greek New Testament. In the book of Revelation, Jesus declares himself to be the Alpha and the Omega, the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet. This statement conveys his eternal nature, that he is the beginning and the end, the totality of all things. Now, take that concept and apply it to the original language of the Old Testament. What are the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet? They are Aleph and Tav. So, when the text says, God created et the heavens and et the earth, some deeply intuitive interpreters understand this, et, not merely as a grammatical particle, but as a direct, powerful, symbolic representation of God himself. It's as if the divine author of creation is declaring, right from the very first act, I, the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the totality of existence, created the heavens and the earth. It becomes a profound signature, a divine emblem woven into the very fabric of existence from its inaugural moment. Think of it as the ultimate Easter egg, placed there by the Creator for those with eyes to see beyond the surface. It's not an explicit name like YHWH or Elohim, but a conceptual name, a descriptor of his all-encompassing nature. It hints at a God who isn't just a creator, but the source and destination of all things, embracing everything from the smallest particle to the grandest galaxy. This interpretation doesn't diminish the literal meaning of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. Rather, it enriches it, adding layers of meaning that speak to the profundity of divine authorship. It suggests that God's identity as the Alpha and Omega, the Aleph and the Tav, was not a late revelation, but was present at the very beginning of everything. It's his calling card, a subtle whisper of his infinite nature in the foundational text of existence. This view, often explored in Kabbalistic traditions and by some Christian scholars who delve into the Hebrew roots of their faith, sees patterns and codes in Scripture that point to deeper truths. While not every theological school universally accepts this as a literal translation point, the contemplation of such an intricate design in the earliest verses of the Bible stirs a unique sense of wonder. It speaks to a divine mind that crafts not just worlds, but also the very language used to describe their origin. Doesn't it make you wonder about the intentionality of every word, every letter, in the divine text? If such a profound truth can be hidden in plain sight in a seemingly insignificant particle, what other treasures await discovery in the verses we skim over? This isn't just about finding a hidden name, it's about recognizing the depth and complexity of God's communication with humanity. This concept resonates with God's self-revelation to Moses at the burning bush. I am that I am. It speaks to God's self-existent, eternal nature, a being without beginning or end. The Aleph and the Tav embody this same truth in a symbolic, visual form right at the dawn of creation. It's a testament to a God who doesn't just exist in time, but who is time itself, its Alpha and its Omega. The unpronounceable Tetragrammaton, YHWH, is considered the most sacred name of God, revealing his personal and covenantal relationship with humanity. Yet, the Aleph Tav offers another dimension. It's not a sound to be uttered, but a concept to be grasped, signifying God as the entirety of existence, the very framework within which all other names and attributes reside. It's the conceptual scaffolding of the universe. Imagine a master artist signing his masterpiece not just with his name, but by embedding his essence into the very paint and brushstrokes. That's what this interpretation suggests is happening in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. The Aleph Tav is God's signature, his divine DNA, woven into the foundational statement of creation. It means that everything, from the cosmic scale of the heavens to the earthly beauty beneath our feet, carries this subtle, undeniable mark of the Creator's complete and eternal being. This isn't just a theological curiosity, it's an invitation to a deeper relationship with the divine. It transforms the act of reading Scripture from a passive reception of information into an active participation in discovery. It makes us ponder a God so intricate, so intentional, that he would leave clues about his true nature in the most unexpected places. It pushes us to seek beyond the obvious, to listen for the whispers of truth in the silence between the words. What does it mean for your own understanding of God to know that his entire being, as the beginning and the end, is conceptually present in the very first sentence of creation? It paints a picture of a universe not just made by God, but intrinsically imbued with God, from its inception. It suggests an intelligent design far beyond our comprehension, where even the smallest grammatical markers can carry infinite weight. It's a powerful reminder that the spiritual realm often reveals its greatest truths in the quietest, most humble corners, if only we take the time to look, truly look, and listen with an open heart. This hidden name of God, the Aleph Tav, beckons us to explore the endless depths of a Creator who reveals himself in ways we are only just beginning to grasp.